Mm-mm.
Hello.
Be part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation. Radiates the aspiration. Applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly, in Pasig City, no one is left behind.
Good morning and welcome to the virtual caravan of notable school best practices with the theme School's Notable Best Practices Aid for Empowering the Stakeholders Amidst the Pandemic. I am Helen Grace S. Reyes from Francisco Legazpi Memorial School, and I will be your facilitator this morning. To officially begin the program, may I request everybody to please rise for a nationalistic song to be followed by a prayer.
Ako'y anak ng lupang hinirang, kung saan matatagpuan ang timyas ng perlas ng silangan, nagniningning sa buong kapuluan. Taglay ko ang hiwaga ng silangan, at saan mang bayan o lungsod, maging timog, hilaga at kanluran, ang Pilipino ay namumukod. Sama-sama nating abutin pinagkamatayog na bituin, at ang aking tagumpay, tagumpay ng aking lahi, tagumpay ng aking lipi, ang tanging minimithi at hinahangat. Hangad ko'y tagumpay natin lahat. Ako ay may isang munting pangarap sa ating dakilang lupain, at sa sama-sama nating pagsisikap, sama-sama ring mararating ang iba't ibang galaw, iisang patutunguhan. Dito isang araw, isang kapuluan. Sama-sama nating abutin pinagkamatayog na bituin, at ang aking tagumpay, tagumpay ng aking lahi, tagumpay ng aking lipi, ang tanging minimithi at hinahangat. Hangad ko'y tagumpay natin lahat. Hangad ko'y tagumpay natin Give thanks with a grateful heart.
Let us bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Lord, we stand before you in humble prayer before we start with this program, Virtual Caravan of Notable Schools Best Practices for Calendar Year 2021. May your goodness and love be present amongst us today. Bestow your grace and divine wisdom so we could cooperate and enjoy camaraderie for the greater glory of your name. We pray for unity. Build in us all a deep respect for one another so that SDO Pasig may be one. We pray for hope. Come stir your hope within our hearts and renew our faith to survive this trying time of pandemic as we continue to receive your grace of safety, good health, and positive minds. We pray for vision. May your vision fill our lives as we seek to reveal your love. Open our minds for us to receive the vital information that the leaders, speakers, and facilitators give as they impart their knowledge. Our hearts, so that we may receive your everlasting love and be able to succeed with the plans we have for this activity. Our spirit, so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all these through your mighty name. Amen.
Once again, good morning to all and welcome to the virtual caravan of notable best practices. This day, we will be inspired by the presentation of notable best practices of the 5 schools in Cluster 9, namely San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School, San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, Manggahan High School, Manggahan Elementary School, and Napico Elementary School, guided by their public school district supervisor, Ma'am Diana Marie B. Dagley. Before we proceed, let me acknowledge the people behind the success of this event, our guiding and supportive top division management officials, our officer in charge from the Office of the School's Division Superintendent, Ma'am Maria Evalu Concepcion A. Agustin. Our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Carolina T. Rivera Sese. Chief Education Supervisor for Schools Governance and Operation Divisions, Dr. Victor M. Javena. Chief Education Supervisor for Curriculum and Implementation Division, Dr. Manuel A. Laguerta. To our top division management officials, thank you for your untiring support together with our Senior Education Program Specialist, Ma'am Ruth Daniel de la Cruz, our Public Schools Division Supervisors, and Education Program Supervisors. Of course, not to mention the efforts of our dear school heads, teachers, and stakeholders. Your energy, passion, and dedication are truly appreciated. Before we begin with the presentation proper, let me remind you of our program guidelines. Each school head will only be given 2 minutes to have their introduction. I, your Master of Ceremony, will respectfully guide you with your time limit. Notable best practices video of each school have a maximum time limit of 8 minutes. The organizer or the technical working group will cut the video when it reaches the maximum time allotment. In the event that a school have more than one entry, the presentation will be played continuously. However, its school head will not be given another time to talk after every video. The process observer will give their impression after the last presenter in the afternoon session. Today, for Cluster 9 and 10, we will have our diligent supervisor, Dr. Gomer Agon. Finally, the long wait is over, for we are about to witness the notable best practices of Cluster 9. Without any further delay, let us begin with San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School with their very dedicated principal, Mrs. Regina R. Albay.
Pandemya ka lang, Ruisians kami, kaya tuloy ang pagsisilbi. One thing that keep us going at San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School is the confidence that no matter what happens, we will hold on to our faith and surpass all the challenges brought about by the pandemic. Saint Lorenzo Ruiz did not abandon his faith and became a saint. So are we in Salares. We shall continue to do what is best for our clientele and remain faithful in fulfilling our goal of producing God-fearing, nation-loving, and holistic learners. The new normal in education gradually becomes an inspiration rather than a challenge. We face changes as a basic duty, and we find ways to keep up with its ups and downs. We at Salares are proud to share the innovations we thought of as ways to keep up with the challenges of the new normal by providing safe and quality learning experience. The Salares LRT Localized Response Tool helps keep learners engaged during synchronous and asynchronous class, providing real-time response and feedbacking, higher percentage of participation, learners' enjoyment, and teachers and learning partners' satisfaction. This best practice is now part of the regional birth and the qualifier in the 4th Pasig City Research Festival. It was introduced and benchmarked and now being used in some schools in the division. This innovation may seem like to be very simple and common, yet its effects are great. We remain thankful for all that come our ways at Salares. To God be the glory. Your partner, Regina Raimundo Albay, San Lorenzo Ruiz.
Welcome to San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School. It is located at Capitalan Street, Karangalan Village, Barangay Manggahan, Pasig City. A school that will continuously serve and provide quality education to all. We love SLRES, that is why new normal in education gradually becomes an inspiration rather than a challenge. San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School is headed by an energetic, supportive, and a lovable mother to all Ruisians, Mrs. Regina R. Albay. We face changes as a basic undertaking and find ways to keep up with the ups and downs. Our school's notable best practices is the utilization of our localized response tool. One of the scenarios encountered and observed by teachers during online classes.
Okay. Anong sagot niya sa number 1 ninyo kanina?
Masaya.
Masaya. Number 2, patingin. Nagsuot na.
Masaya.
Okay, masaya. Number 3, pinulbusan niya ang kanyang mukha.
Masaya po.
Masaya din. Number 4, sinuklay ang mahaba niyang buhok.
Masaya po. Masaya.
Okay, number 5, siniguradong malinis ang kanyang ngipin.
Masaya po. Masaya.
Masaya din. Okay, panapos na pagsusulit.
Deliberation of grade leaders, subject coordinators, master teachers, and school head was conducted to give emphasis on how to resolve problems encountered either in synchronous or asynchronous classes in the new normal education. Quick introduction of LRT by SLRES School Head Ma'am Regina Aralbay to SDS Ma'am Maria Evolu Concepcion A. Agustin. Proposed and approved by the Division Research Committee, Sir Mark Ryan Romero, OIC SEPS Planning and Research.
Recording in progress.
Qualified in the regional BERF, likewise qualified in the Pasig Research Festival. How was our LRT launched? We incorporated it through our project LDVD, presented to our parents during our parents' orientation, and finally used it in our virtual classes during synchronous and even asynchronous platforms. And this is one of the scenarios of a new normal class with the use of LRT.
Ikaw ay group 1, itaas ang LRT. Check ni teacher, bilis. Group 1 lang ang magtataas ha. Check ko, group 1. So, magaspang na magaan. Okay, Drake, Liha, Scrubbing Pad, at Atis. Very good. Precious, Amit, Espongha, Escoba, damit. Okay, may damit na magaspang. Alexis, Liha, Towel, Face Mask. So,
Wait, there's more. With the collaboration of our stakeholders, barangay and parents, the production of LRTs became possible. LRT gives positive impact to our learners and teachers of San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School. Ang galing, di ba? Sino ang mag-aakala na ang isang laminated na papel ang sagot sa pag-unlad ng classroom management. LRT can also be used in your school, just like what others are doing. Let's move forward together and give our learners quality learning engagement in the new normal using the LRT. Sakay na! Pandemya ka lang, Ruisians kami. Kaya tuloy ang pagsisilbi.
Okay, that is San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School. So thank you for being so responsive to the needs of your learners in your school. Thanks for sharing it with us. Okay, let us give a virtual clap for San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School. Up next is San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School with their competent principal, Mrs. Marie Chris O. Murillo.
The current world health crisis has upended nearly every aspect of life. Schools face diverse constraints and challenges to deliver education services. Traditional approaches and paradigms were confronted and questioned. In light of these challenges and opportunities, the Department of Education has emerged with new and incredible chances to see how innovation and research might evolve in the coming decades and how schools can engage in leading innovation and research most effectively. It is in this light that San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School has spurred the creation of the Guided Research Program, or GRESP. San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, which has been in the forefront of providing quality education since founding in 2016, recognized the impact of research as significant for its sustainability and development. And it is vital to have knowledge-driven growth based on research. It is within the border of this institution that every Ruisian dreams were woven, ideas were nurtured, students' self-worth was established, and hearts and minds were molded, and skills were reinforced. San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, after all these years, has been perpetually true in fulfilling the DepEd's mission, vision, and core values, and will continuously be committed to research as an essential part of its mission. This academic institution does not just aim to impart knowledge within the framework of a curriculum, but also to train students with skills that will allow them to live their lives as well as possible and in harmony with the students' social milieu. With the GRASP project as the school's model and nerve center, students' leadership skills were strengthened. Students' speakership and hosting skills in events were honed. More importantly, GRASP has helped the schools establish partners and networks from other institutions to broaden connections in the field of research. Through Guided Research Program, or GRASP, the school will espouse a more holistic approach in students' formation and integrating research-based strategies to all school activities to create a culture of research and excellence among the teaching and non-teaching staff and students. With the strength and wisdom from the God Almighty, it is my honor to present to you the San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School Guided Research Program, or GRESP, as the school's best practice for school year 2020-2021.
Welcome to San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School is one of the leading institutions in the school's division of Pasig City. San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School is a standalone senior high school compliant to the DepEd Memorandum Number 76, Series of 2016, which states that the goal of the senior high school curriculum as part of the K-12 program is to produce graduates who are holistically developed, equipped with 21st century skills, and prepared for the future, whether for higher education or acquisition of middle skills, or for employment or entrepreneurship.
Drawing on this, and as based on the previous result of the student survey conducted last February 26, 2021, which showed students' interest in writing and partake in research and innovation, the project on improving the culture of research in San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School was realized. Based on the survey, these are the identified problems. Facilitation of the conduct of student research in the school level. Understanding of the process of writing research papers or general knowledge. Student feedbacking process in research writing. Assignment of research topics for students belonging to different strands. Creation of platform for students where they can showcase their outputs in research subjects. Establishment of strong peer virtual support system.
Magandang umaga sa
Participation in
inyo lahat.
research conference for
Sa
both
mga
students and teachers.
ng
Submission
ating
of research proposals in the Basic Education Research Fund and number for teachers.
Of course, sa
And
masisipag
research
nating
writing
STEM
competencies of teachers
Ma'am Edna
teaching
and
research
Ma'am
subjects.
Princess.
To address
Sa
the
inyo,
stated
mga
problems,
minamahal namin
the
mga
GREST
magulang,
or the
mga
Guided
very
Research
supportive
Project
sa
in San
inyong
Lorenzo
mga
Ruiz
anak
Senior High School
at,
has been
very
proposed and
cooperative
implemented.
sa
The
ating
main
mga
goal of this
gawain
project
pang
is to
paaralan.
provide guidance and
At sa
opportunities
inyo,
for San
mga
Lorenzo
minamahal
Ruiz
namin
Senior High
mga
School
mag-aaral.
students and teachers
Isang
to broaden their
mapagpalang
knowledge and
umaga
skills
sa ating
in the field
lahat.
of research and to be at par with the newest trends and demands of the new normal teaching and learning landscape. Specifically, the project aims at providing research writing support for students in Practical Research 1, Practical Research 2, and Inquiries, Investigation, and Immersion subjects in the senior high school. Let us meet the proponents of the guided research program, started off with Mrs. Maris Omorillo, the Principal 1 of San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, as the project consultant. Jaron A. Postrano, the Master Teacher 2 and the Subject Group Head of Humanities and Social Sciences, as the project moderator. And Mrs. Brenfel Sihajan, the School Research Coordinator, as the project leader. The benchmarking and launching of the GREST program was all made possible through the creation of Rowisian Research Club. It started off with the selection of student leaders through nominations of their advisors and research teachers. As the highlight of the project, research teachers joined together to plan out the series of activities under the program. To strengthen the capacity of teachers in research writing in San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, guided research program includes the creation of San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School Faculty Research Team. Consequently, the creation of San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School Faculty Research Team led to the successful submissions of BERF research proposals, in which 3 of them were approved by the DepEd NCR Regional Office. And for the records, San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School only had 1 non-BERF projects in 2019. With this, San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School Faculty Research Team devoted their time to produce the number of research projects across all strands to be submitted in the second quarter of academic year 2021-2022. And because of the success of the guided research program in San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School, the Dynamic School Research Coordinator, Mrs. Brenfel Sihajan, has been more empowered to share the best practices of the school through engagement in different research talks and capacity building programs in different public schools in the division. Mrs. Sajan, in her vision to contribute towards positive social reforms in education, she engaged as a researcher in a national funded research project by Australian aid titled Policy Review on the K-3 Integrated Madrasa Education in the Farm. Meanwhile, to To upskill the capacity of teachers in research writing, Oplan RC40 has been conducted and joining the Cluster 9's Research Training 2021, headed by the outstanding Public Schools District Supervisor, Ms. Diana Marie B. Dagling, held last October 13, 20, and 27, 2021, respectively. Currently, the Rowesian Research Club and the Faculty Research Team are planning to conduct the second Research Congress to be held in December. But this time, the Congress will feature both student and teacher presenters. It established linkages and networks with other educational institutions, such as Jose Rizal University, Lincoln School of Arts and Languages, and Trinity University of Asia. This initiative will be sustained, strengthened, and fostered to achieve quality and sustainable education, not just the San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School community or the School Division Office of Pasig City, but to the country as a whole. All this are evidences that San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School is gearing towards a research-driven institution because it believes that evidence-based educational practices create possibilities for lifelong learning.
Thank you for sharing with us your guided research program. This program helped them improve teaching and learning method by empowering them with data to help them teach and lead more strategically and effectively. Thank you so much, Mrs. Marie Cris O. Murillo and San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. Now, let me introduce to you our next presenter, the assiduous principal of Mangahan High School, Mrs. Monette P. Vega.
When the pandemic shadowed the world in 2019 and stretched its powers in 2020, most of us were devastated. The world's horizons darkened as people's lives were shattered. We, Filipinos, were not spared, of course. Many lost their means of living. A great number got financially crippled. But as the cliche goes, there will always be a silver lining. Despite the numerous negativities that happened, many blessings still emerge. It is through this pandemic that many Filipinos reach out to their fellow brothers and sisters and started extending help to every affected individual. Kawang gawa, pagkakaisa, pagtutulungan. All these rose amidst the turmoils brought by the crisis. The schools here in the division of Pasig likewise had their share of extending a helping hand to others. However, Mangahan High School is different. Long before the pandemic came, we already had our kawang gawa, pagkakaisa, at pakikipagtulungan by giving the community relief goods and other stuff. What we shared with them a couple of years ago was far beyond that. We from Mangahan High School did not give them just the fish. We taught them how to fish. It is with great pride to present our school's best practices.
Mangahan High School, the only junior high school in Cluster 9, was formerly known as Rizal High School Annex Mangahan, until it was separated from the main institution and became independent in 2004. Ever since it started under the administration of Mrs. Nancy J. Tolentino, Mangahan High School has been consistently recognized for its outstanding performance and best practices, which continues until the current administration of Mrs. Monette P. Vega. Aligned with DepEd's mission and vision, here are Mangahan High School's best practices, which help create a holistic learning environment that increased our students' efficiency and productivity. Improvement of school facilities. To establish a better learning environment, the students' and teachers' comfort rooms have been renovated, equipped with bidets. Potable drinking water is now easily accessible through filtered water dispensers. Portable wash sinks can be seen all over the school, and 18 new CCTV cameras have been installed to ensure everyone's safety. Online career assessment for incoming grade 9 students. An assessment tool used to help the students find their passion, interests, and skills in line with PLE courses. Merry-Go-Round, a virtual math jingle. An online activity which aims to improve students' creativity and resourcefulness. Project Teams, teaching and enhancing English in the new normal setup. A program implemented to improve the English proficiency skills of the learners and the teaching strategies of the English teachers. Project E-Write, a program which aims to train the students in journalistic writing and broadcasting. WINS, a program which focuses on making potable water and proper hygiene accessible to students to ensure a safe and conducive learning environment in school and at home for the students to perform better. Pagbasa sa gitna ng pandemya, hatid ay pag-asa. Naglalayong malinang ang kakayahan at kawilihan ng mga mag-aaral sa pagbasa at nakita ang kahalagahang dulot nito sa kanilang sariling pagkatuto. And last but not the least, pangkabuhayan mula sa mga guro ng manggahan.
Year 2005, nag-umpisa ang outreach program ng Manggahan High School. Dito itinuro namin sa community ang paggawa ng longganisa, tusino, embutido, at bangus biboning. Pagkatapos nasundan ito ng outreach ng livelihood program ng Manggahan Housing. Doon na dagdagan ng mga pangnegosyong pangkabuhayan ang aming itinuro sa community. Dahil dito, naimbitahan din kami sa Brigada Eskwela. Kami ay nagturo ng paggawa ng cupcakes na may icing sa mga magulang at guro. At naging negosyo din ng ilang mga guro ito. Hanggang sa nagkaroon ito ng bagong muka at tinawag namin ng hanap buhay mo, sagot ko. Kung saan, ang ilang mga estudyante ng grade 9 at grade 10 ay aming sinanay para matutong mag-bake ng tinapay at cupcake. Tapos binenta nila ito sa kanilang mga kapwa mag-aaral. Dito, mga kinita nila ay naging pambaon sa eskwela. Ang ilan nga sa mga estudyante, ginamit nila ito na online business na nakatulong sa pagbabago ng kanilang buhay. Nung magkaroon ng pandemic, natigil ang gawain ito. Matid natin lahat na maraming pamilya ang nawalan ng hanap buhay. Marami rin kaming mga estudyante ang hindi makasabay sa online class dahil walang pantustos para sa loob. Subalit sa pamumuno ni Binibining Jervina C. at sa tulong ni Ginang Vega, ay muling nabuhay ang livelihood program sa pamamagitan ng panibagong platform. At ito ay tinawag namin pangkabuhayan mula sa guro ng manggahan. Dito na ibalik namin ang dignidad ng ilang pamilya.
Actually, lahat itong natutunan ko to sa livelihood program ng PLE Department. Dahil sa mga natutunan ko yun, nagamit ko yun para sa aking munting negosyo.
Lahat ay natutunan ko sa pangkabuhayan sa paaralan. Kaya po ngayon, ako ay may sarili ng negosyo na ang Ma-Wheels Kitchen, kung saan may mga products po ako na binibenta.
I'm Gab and I'm proud to say I'm a graduate from Manggahan High School. And not only that, I was able to put up a business during this pandemic named Gab Sweets, wherein I offer pastries, cookies, cakes, and breads. And I would like to thank Ms. Luz Bautista for influencing me where I am now, where I am today. And I'm glad that I am a graduate from Manggahan High School. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for sharing this program to your community, which help them in their everyday living. Pangkabuhayan mula sa guro ng Manggahan. Thank you so much. Next in line is Manggahan Elementary School with their very supportive school head, Dr. Emma S. Makasiran.
A blessed day to all of us. Education is the key to improve ourselves and our society. So even though we're in difficult situation because of COVID-19, we try our best to realize our DepEd mission and vision. With the assistance of our LGU and SDO Pasig, we prepared basic education learning continuity plan and coordinated with our external and internal stakeholders. We were able to continue to share our knowledge through different modalities. Distance learning in the new normal is the trend, thanks to the new innovation and new technology where we can learn even without face-to-face. We teachers attended different webinars in order to update ourselves to use different platforms like Zoom, Google, Facebook, Messenger, and other social media to reach out to our pupils, our learners, parents, and other stakeholders. We adhere to our DepEd mandates, which is access, quality, and governance. With the help of 88 teachers, 5 of them are master teachers, 1 administrative officer, and 8 utility workers, we in Manggahan Elementary School motivate, empower, and shine. MES is ready to mold, empower, and strengthen child's potentials and abilities. This is MIS Makasiray saying thank you to all our stakeholders, LGU and SDO Pasig, teachers, parents, pupils, and to all who in one way or another help us in our endeavor. God bless us all. Let us all be safe.
Good day, may I present to you our school's best practices in the new normal instruction. The need for additional learning spaces paves its way in establishing our school building in 1967. Our principal, as the head of the school, also ensures that we provide a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. Our school has 88 teaching staff and 1 non-teaching personnel. Collaboratively, we work together to provide quality education and holistic development among our lifelong learners. As teachers, we uphold our shared responsibility and commitment to serve our school's internal and external stakeholders. To ensure the safety and quality outputs amidst pandemic, our school initiated various programs, projects, and activities. In SBM Principal 1 leadership and governance with the help of our technical working group, we initiated the following projects and activities. Project TOS, Talk on SBM Artifacts or Evidences Synchronization. This project helps our stakeholders to have an easy access to school's current data at the comfort of their homes. The monthly meetings aim to provide an in-depth dissemination of information and updates related to Department of Education's guidelines, policies, and other school-related matters. Third is the various parents' virtual orientation were initiated to ensure their full support as our learning partners. In SBM Principal 2 curriculum and learning with the help of our technical working group. We conducted our virtual class demonstration, headed by our well-versed and highly competent teachers across all grade levels. Second, we have our teacher-made educational videos uploaded in YouTube as our means of promoting our school's advocacy on good mental health and positive lifestyle. We also have interactive activities for both parents and learners related to wellness and healthy living. Project Read Reading Enrichment Activity Daily, which was initiated last November 2020 to June 2021. Under this project, we have dropped everything and read. Daily oral vocabulary experience is also part of Project Read. Project Gampanum is a joint initiative of grade 6ers to help academically the selected grade 6 learners through online tutorials. This is another wellness and health-related activity that commemorates the annual celebration of Nutrition Month. Here are some of the compiled pictures of our learners' e-portfolios that greatly enhance their creative skills and talent. One of our dedicated partners implemented the English Literacy Program, which helps to improve the reading literacy of our selected learners in the primary level. In SBM Principle 3 Accountability and Continuous Improvement with the help of our technical working group. Under this principle, we have Project Caress. This aims to continuously upskill our teachers with technology-based learning to improve their instructional competence. We also have our constant conduct of learning action cells across all subject areas and other school-related functions. In SBM Principle 4 Management and Resources with the help of our technical working group. The main goal of this activity is to further enhance their management and entrepreneurial skills. Lastly is the Project KKK. This is our school's community extension project. It is our way of giving love and sharing donations, cash, and in kind among our neighboring less fortunate families. Together we can work towards transformation as we plant and nurture the seeds of education for the glory of God.
That is Manggahan Elementary School. They remain responsive to the needs of their learners and their community through the provision of different learning platforms and innovation. Thank you very much, Dr. Emma S. Makasiray, and to Manggahan Elementary School. Last but certainly not the least, Napico Elementary School with their principal, the motivator, Mr. Manuel A. Rosaldo Jr.
Our Assistant School Division Superintendent, Officer in Charge, Office of the School Division Superintendent, Ma'am Maria Eva Concepcion Agustin, to our Assistant School Division Superintendent, Ma'am Carolina Rivera, CSE, CID Chief, Dr. Manuel Ela Guerta, SBOD Chief, Dr. Victor M. Havenia, Education Program Supervisors, Public Schools District Supervisors, Elementary and Secondary School Principals, to our SBM Focal Person, SBM Coordinators and other visitors and guests, good morning. I am Manuel Rosaldo Jr., the Principal of Napico Elementary School. Our school is one of the 5 schools in Cluster 9, and our dynamic PS Ma'am Diana Marie. We have 75 teachers, 2,847 years. The challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic brought to light the urgent need to address emerging issues in our respective schools. So may I present some of our best practices worth sharing and presenting.
The school is composed of 72 classrooms comprising the 2 buildings. It was administered by 6 multi-awarded school leaders since it was operated year 2000. At present, it is under the leadership of one of the best school leaders in the division of Pasig City, Mr. Manuel A. Rosaldo Jr. Its management and staff is composed of 75 competent faculty teachers, 8 utility workers and 2,908 pupils. Under the mandate of the Department of Education, this elementary school aims to foster the innate right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education. It establishes child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, globally competitive and motivating environment with top-caliber teachers, high values and knowledge along with competent and efficient administrators and staff. It also engages the family, community, and other stakeholders in the development of lifelong learners. Behind the good governance are the hardworking administrators. Ladies and gentlemen, here are some of the best practices of Napico Elementary School. Online Pabasa. Meeting with the parents. Home visitation. Slack session. Alphabasa. Distribution of supplies for teachers. Aquavert, aquaculture and vertical gardening projects. Studies show that reading for pleasure makes a big difference to children's educational performance. Likewise, evidence suggests that children who read for enjoyment every day not only perform better in reading tests than those who do not, but also develop a broader vocabulary, increase general knowledge and a better understanding of other cultures. Napico Elementary School Pabasa became a solution to the young learners. Napico Elementary School proposed this project for the pupils to engage in different reading activities using online platforms. When the children read, they exercise their comprehension abilities and analytical abilities. It fires up their imagination and stimulates the memory centers of the mind. It helps recall information as well as stabilize the emotions. The importance of a reading habit is that it strengthens mental muscles. Reading with comprehension is the main reason of this online Pabasa. The teachers used FB Messenger Classroom, Zoom platform and Google Meet to implement this project. Every Filipino child, a reader, learning to read and eventually reading to learn will give them a good start and a chance for a better future. Napico Elementary School launches Alphabasa. Alphabasa is a highly effective game-based reading program that incorporates music, movement, games and activities in learning. Alphabasa's goal is to make fluent readers out of every Filipino child. It empower and energize children and teachers to learn to read with enthusiasm and excitement. Alphabasa aims to help the learners to develop reading. LAC Session is a program of the Department of Education that aims to create professional learning communities that will help teachers to have a wider scope of teaching content and methodologies. As part of the optimism, Napico Elementary School initiated the regular monthly of LAC sessions to discuss some important matters, basically topics that will resolve the learners. Different topics was discussed by the selected resource speakers and after which an open forum was initiated which give a deeper solution to problems, issues encountered in teaching and learning endeavor. LAC sessions were made in different platforms wherein they can provide a sustainable discussion through the use of Google Meet, Zoom, MS Teams, etc. Based on the regular LAC sessions, some issues concerning teaching and learning was resolved and provided with enhancements. We also observed that this way we can easily address problems and how teachers deal with the upcoming task. As part of the continuing plan, Napico Elementary School initiated to discuss what could be the solution that will resolve the learners' absenteeism and low performance. Teachers and parents have a big role to help students engage in school learning environment. Research shows that home visitation has been proven to have positive impacts on the academic success and behavior of students in the classroom. There are issues concerning blended learning during this time of pandemic. It is very important to motivate students to learn and engage more in school activities. As observed, there are students who are not performing well in school, show lack of interest resulting to poor school attendance and low academic performance. There are students that need an intervention by the teachers in order to succeed within the school year. This project was proposed to identify child's current strengths and weaknesses. Effective communication builds understanding and trust. When you and parents understand and trust each other, you'll be better work together to support children's well-being and development. When parents are involved, students take more responsibility for their learning and accountability is heightened. Higher rates of dropping out and poor academic performance is noticeable. Focusing attention on fixing one part of the problem calls attention to the need for solutions to many other parts as well. Thus, many educators and others concerned with the dropout problem are advocating policies involving a broad range of institutions. Educators believe that regular meeting with parents, parent-teacher meeting play a significant role in enhancing child's education. It is an effective way for both parents as well as teachers to discuss how the child has been doing in school. Napico Elementary Administration, Faculty Club and stakeholders' distribution of school supplies became a big help to everyone. The project was proposed in order to help teachers need in this time of pandemic. It helped them not to spend their own hard money. Free supplies for teachers can lessen the worries of the teachers. It encouraged them to do their job well and not spending own money. Another best practice is called Bayani Hansapah Ralan that promotes a helping hand in times of emergency. We all know that the basic problems in some urban school areas are lack of space to provide for gardening and put in some aqua areas. As part of the optimism, Napico Elementary School built a Green Vibes vertical gardening that create fresh ambience and aquaculture geared for plants and aquatic animals. These two environment-friendly project is not for food supply but for taking care of our environment. The common benefits of aquaculture and vertical gardening is it makes possible to have an intensive food, fish and vegetables, that sustain our daily living. But mostly, the fish and vegetables to be harvested serve school staff and community. The aquaculture which was created at the back of the school building catering fish for consumption. A created aquaculture at Napico Elementary School filled with fish lanes, hito, as a start of fish propagation. The general objectives of this project is to conserve natural resources and the natural environment. The specific objective is to increase crop yield that comes with a smaller unit area and cultivate a larger variety of crop and raise large quantities of fish in relatively small volumes of water. Another is aquaculture which serves as different purposes including food production and habitat restoration. Furthermore, fish farming is easier to do than any other thing because fish are only requiring food and water conditions. This process is also less land intensive. Lastly, vertical gardening and fish culture are partners and environmentally friendly. The water used is also disposed in a responsible manner. Aquavert water supply becomes a source of water supply for the plants and school. Another best practice of the school is the continuous support and partnerships of our stakeholders. We also provide protective equipment for our school frontline personnel during module distributions and uploading of learning materials to ensure their safety and security. Regular disinfection and sanitation of the school ground was also strictly conducted and monitored following the IADF standards. And finally, with humility, in presenting the hard-working technical working group behind this project's success. To God be all the highest glory.
Good job to Napico Elementary School. One of their distinct programs is the Project Pabasa. Indeed, your project helps your students in numerous ways, since students who read frequently tend to have higher vocabulary skills and deeper understanding of the world around them. With that, let us give a virtual clap for all the presenters this morning. A well-deserved congratulations to Cluster 9. Before we end this program, let me remind you that the presentation of notable best practices will continue this afternoon at exactly 1 p.m. And we will have Cluster 10 to showcase their best practices with the same Zoom link, and of course it will be aired or streamed via YouTube and in our division Facebook page. It will be hosted by Mr. Emmanuel Cuevas of Rosario Elementary School. Once again, let us congratulate Cluster 9 along with their school heads, the SBM coordinators of each school, and their PSDSS. Truly, their hard work and initiative created an environment that increases academic, social, and emotional success in their respective schools. A big salute to your success. Congratulations to all. Despite the challenges in the current learning setup brought about by this pandemic, schools in the division of Pasig City are stepping up their efforts to ensure that quality education will continue. Again, this is Helen Grace S. Reyes from Francisco Legazpi, your Master of Ceremony this morning. Thank you and God bless all.
Thank you, Ma'am Helen, for starting again another day today. So for that, congratulations, Sir 9, headed by Dayan, and to school heads, BM coordinators, mentors, and to the PSDS are present today. School head, congratulations and I salute you all. See you again at 1 o'clock for our last presentation of the best notable practices. So thank you, Sir Rudy. Nakita kita. Maraming salamat po. And see you again later. Ma'am Diane, I just heard you sa research, no? So maraming salamat and congratulations po. So once again, Sir Cesar, maraming salamat for your team.
Thank you very much.
Sir
At
Randy.
last, one day na lang.
Yes. So see you
Day na
later po.
lang. Okay.
So again, maraming salamat and see you later po. God bless po and keep safe.
Yes, congratulations, Ma'am Helen. Congratulations sa lahat po. And Sir Randy, congratulations.
Recording stopped.
Thank you po.